Hello and welcome to our Click for Assistance video tutorials. In this video we're going to look at proactive experiences. Now in the solution there's two types of experiences. One's a reactive, which normally is a button that a visitor clicks on to start a chat. The other is a proactive experience. They're very similar, but a proactive automatically engages with the visitor. So depending on what page they're on, how long they're on that page, we can invite them into a chat conversation. Before we get into how we configure them, let's give you an example of what they can look like. Obviously you need to be logged into the software. So in order for proactives to start, there needs to be an agent there to answer the chat. So we're logged in and we're going to go to our test website. And we've set up a proactive to appear after around 5 seconds of being on this page. So down in the bottom right hand corner, we'll see a proactive invitation appear and invite the user to chat. We've also grayed out the background, so we're bringing it to their attention. Now this proactive experience is basically a pre-chat form. It looks like you're in a chat window, but actually it's a pre-chat form that's asking the visitor to supply their name and then they will be taken into chat. So that's one type of proactive. It slides up from the bottom right hand corner. It's embedded within the website. Another type we've set up on the About Us page. So again, after around 5 seconds, an invitation is going to appear in front of the visitor like so. This one obviously is a different design. It looks more like a pre-chat form asking for their name, and it pops up in the middle of the screen. It's got the grey background to it, the grey out we call it, so it's bringing it to your visitor's attention. As soon as they put their name in, click the OK button, a chat will be started. Like I say, agents will need to be logged into the software. If they're not logged in, then these proactives won't appear at all. It's pointless trying to start a conversation if nobody's at the other end. So now we're going to look into how this is configured within the software. So within the tools chat, we're now looking at these chat experiences. This is a reactive one that was used in our other videos, but we have set up a couple of proactive ones. So this is the one that's set up on the home page. It's a proactive. We've given it a name. The difference with this is you don't have to add the script to your website. As long as you've got the normal Click for Assistance script, there's nothing more to add. The system will track visitors as they're around your site and they will present the proactives accordingly. Now everything else is exactly the same as a reactive chat. You've got your dialogue windows, your surveys, your offline forms. The difference is really the rules. So when we click into the rule, we define where we want the proactive to appear. So we had a couple of rules in there to show you the samples. So we've said if the URL is this, after 5 seconds, show the proactive. You can add many rules to this. So if we go in, add a rule, you can make it across all of your domains. So regardless of what page the visitor's on, you can say if they're on my domain for 5, 10, 20 seconds, show them the proactive. You can specify an exact URL, so you can pinpoint certain pages, push different proactives in front of people depending on where they are in their journey. You may want one for your shopping basket if you're an e-commerce site. You may want specific ones for different products or services that you offer. So we can provide an exact URL in there. We can also provide a URL that contains, so if you've got a product based website, you could go my domain /product, and any pages that have that within the URL, this proactive will appear after so many seconds. The other one is hotspots. We'll cover this in another video, but you can define hotspots, which are certain pages or groups of pages, and therefore if a hotspot's hit after a duration, we will present a proactive. So this is how you add the rules and the criteria as to when the proactive should appear. This tick box down here allows you to select a sound. There we go. So you can make a sound when that proactive appears as well. So that's the rule side of it. Then we have exceptions. Now with exceptions, we're basically saying if we tick this box, if a proactive appears, then do not show or process any other proactives. You don't want to be bombarding visitors on your website with different proactives, especially if they're declining them. So this prevents multiple proactives appearing during the visitor's session while they're on your website. The other option here is don't show if the device's screen is less than 320 pixels. What this is basically used for is preventing proactives from appearing on mobile devices. Now you can make them appear on mobile devices, but the design of them will probably have to be quite small and compact so it appears nicely on a phone device. By ticking this box, we're saying don't show it if it's anything less than 320 pixels. The final tab is how it's displayed. So if you can recall from the examples we showed earlier, we're sliding it up from the bottom right hand corner. We can blend it into the center as we showed. We can slide down the right hand side of the screen, and we can slide in from the right hand side of the screen, stopping in the center. So you've got different appearances, how that proactive appears in front of your web visitor. Normally people tend to slide it up from the bottom right hand corner, or it appears in the middle of the screen. Depending on your website's design, you may want it to appear in different places. So basically this is how you define the rules as to when proactives appear, when they shouldn't appear, and how they appear. So once you've set up these rules, it then comes down to the pre-chat form and the actual design, what you want to display in front of the visitor. Now we offer many different types of templates in here. This one we saw, it's actually a pre-chat form, and it's asking for the visitor's name, so they would enter their name there and start a chat. But it looks like a chat window, so it looks like you've already engaged with the visitor before starting the chat. There is another one that we use here that's more like a pre-chat form. You're inviting them, you're asking if you can help. We're here to answer any questions, put your name in and start a chat. So again, it's like a reactive pre-chat form that you can design and configure to invite visitors to start a chat with you. There's also this grey out option we showed you here. It sort of greys out the page and brings the attention to the proactive. We've got it turned on in this example. We can turn it off if you just want the proactive to appear. Now proactives, they're proven to increase chat uptake. If you use them wisely, you monitor the metrics in the reporting system. You see how many are being issued, the acceptance rate, the decline rate. We do have account managers here that can help and advise regarding sort of optimizing these invitations, making sure that you get the correct level of chats through that you want, making sure the right questions are being asked and you're approaching the visitors at the right stage of their journey throughout the website. They can be used to engage while they're looking at products or services. They could be used in the checkout. So if they're hesitant in the checkout process, you can engage with a proactive at that point and help them finalize and place their order. So they can be used very, very well. They can increase uptake up to, I think we've seen 300% uptake on some proactives if they're implemented very well. So feel free to talk to one of the account managers. Again, we've got support team here, so feel free to email support@clickforassistance.co.uk. That concludes this video. We've got many other videos on our YouTube library, so please subscribe to the channel. If this was beneficial to you, hopefully helps you out, do like it, and thanks very much for your time.